paradise sunset bouquet for your mum. Happiness delivered with the most trusted online store in Sri Lanka. lasanaflora.com. May your day blossom with love. Happiness delivered with the most trusted online store in Sri Lanka. lasanaflora.com.
Welcome to another edition of Buzz with Danu right here on Hi TV. A big thank you to our principal sponsor, Lasanaflora. For more details on Lasanaflora, log on to www.lasanaflora.com. And we're shooting here at this gorgeous location, Casa Colombo. Today on the show, I have someone who has graced many silver screen appearances. He is loved unanimously in Sri Lanka. And together with him, I have his childhood sweetheart. This is a power couple. We have a lot to speak. I'm happy to have Roshan, Ranawana and Kushlani in the studios. Welcome back to the show. I love these guys. Number one, the fact that he's very down to earth. He's humble. He's actually a child. And who mothers him on a 24/7 basis, of course, his beautiful wife, Kushlani. So you would have seen him in action films, running and speaking for a girl and standing up amongst many men. He's just a little boy inside. To start things off, Roshan, you are a big fan of Superman. We'll start with that.
Really?
Yeah.
Who told you?
Please. Let me just take you and show you his latest birthday party pictures. It's just what you might go through when you're 5. like a layer of food. And then there's Roshan standing there with his Superman t-shirt. I'm so happy to be here.
Danu, actually, it's all Kushlani's idea.
And you ain't fussing about it.
Well, I can't do anything because it was a surprise, so I can't just be, rude and,
But I must say, that just brought me back to like school time memories when we were young. You'll arrange all those like marshmallows and jujubes and our cutlets and rolls like real Sri Lankan families and stand in front of that for a photograph. Yeah, it brought out something like that. Very, very sweet. To start things off, your whole love for Superman has been around for quite some time.
Yeah, it has been, I can't remember from when, but maybe from when I was like a child. My first superhero was Batman, not Superman. So
okay, then he just Batman can't do anything. He has to drive a car.
The thing is, Batman is more realistic compared to,
Yeah,
so that's how I tend to like that
Superman
character.
has more cooler powers.
Yeah, but
it's more colorful.
More realistic is,
okay.
Yeah. So, but then Superman, I don't know, it just came into my,
Mostly people who have played Batman have been ugly. That's why they put the mask on. Yeah, so Superman is a better choice.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, just the character and the power and, maybe Danu, it's not just a super, you can say it's just a comic, it's a comic figure or whatever, but I think Superman, that character itself, the power, the confidence, and how he can serve the world. That thing inspired me. Maybe some might say, okay, come on, it's not it's just a comic character, but that that thing inspired me somehow. I don't know, I can't explain it to you,
but it works.
It works.
Yeah. All right. Let's go back to the time when you played Hirupathavasa.
Yeah,
I used to be a kid, and not a kid, like young.
Okay.
Yeah, and I watched the film because it was such a sensation in Sri Lanka because they were all young actors, and it sort of brought in a breath of fresh air to the local industry. It was a daring move to see that all unknown faces to come on screen and to put out a film. How was that experience?
Yeah, actually, that was a big challenge. I think, especially for Mr. Udekanta Varnasuri. I mean, introducing new faces,
and all many three, together. Yeah.
I think it was myself, Budu, Janit, Akila. So all these guys, like, you know, everyone's new faces, fresh faces. So it was my first project, first ever project. That was my first time, you know, doing a movie, and everything was new. Because I was a model, and I have appeared in few TV commercials, but as a movie.
You have to bring on a character. You have to
on character,
bring on a story.
and it was like a little, like, you know, some kind of a burden on my shoulders, you know. So
a good burden.
A good burden, yeah. But I think I took it very cool, and it was like, you know, it was just my character sometimes, you know, that very childish, easygoing, spoiled.
Yes, I was about to say that. You're the only child, the rich boy out of the 5 friends. Yeah.
So it was like, I mean, it was easy for me, and I think mainly, like, Udayakanta was very cool in directing. He was not strict. He
understood the fact that it was a youth pulse that was there. And
so I think that whole thing helped us, and finally it became the hit.
yes, and of course, I think there isn't a Sri Lankan who has not spent time and money to go and watch that movie, because it was such a sensation. Now, at that time, you already know this man, and what was your take on him entering cinema? What were you like? Oh.
No, actually, Danu, I was going out with Roshan even before that.
Yeah, I know, that's what you have.
So we were in a relationship when he got into the cinema. At first, I was not kind of used to it, because seeing him on screen and
with other girls.
that was not a problem, but actually seeing him on screen, like acting, which was not his kind of career, I would say, because he was very quiet, reserved type of a person, right? So that kind of a person going out there and being on screen and being outgoing was not the thing for him. So yeah, it was quite a surprise, and then I really liked it.
How many times did you watch that first film?
Oh, I think I watched it quite a bit, even when it was in the cinemas and after it was taken off too.
You went with your friends to watch first?
Yeah,
time?
I went with my school friends.
Then you went with your mother?
I went with my mom, then I went with his family. So.
What do you think about this man on screen right now?
So yeah, it was good. So watched it a couple of times.
Okay, so when I say childhood sweetheart, they have been for quite some time. But although you hit public eye in a massive way after that film, and everything that you did was like photographed, and there were stories with every woman that you acted with. How did it sort of drain your relationship down, or did it just make it more interesting?
I think it made it more interesting, and for both of us, I think with our parents and with all our friends, we got a lot of support. No one wanted it to be like on public, right? For us to go
very
public.
quiet.
You had to.
We had to, especially because of our parents, and both of us were very young. I was schooling, so but we knew.
Actually, my parents didn't know that time. You know.
Yeah, when we started going out. So
secret love.
yes, so that was also there. But even later on, no one really wanted it to go out there and be on public. And for me, they wanted me to come fresh as his bride, and I think that was good.
That is very, very good. When we do come back, we'll speak more about that time when Roshan said, "I will marry you." Nobody actually paid attention to that statement. We'll come back and speak more right here on Buzz with Danu.
Lasana Moments with Lasana Flora. Call us on 200 1122.
Say nothing. Don't say nothing. Just be, just don't say nothing. Just sit next to me. Don't say nothing. Just be, just be. Got my money, got my money, got money, got money. I've got sugar.
Paradise Sunset Bouquet for your mum. Happiness delivered with the most trusted online store in Sri Lanka. lasanaflora.com.
A big thank you to our principal sponsor. www.lasanaflora.com is their website for you to check out your perfect gift that you're going to send across to someone. And at the same time, they have the biggest nursery in Sri Lanka. So each and every flower is looked into before it comes into that perfect bouquet. So a big thank you to them for being on the show with us. Welcome back to the show. In conversation with Roshan and Kushlani today on Buzz with Danu on High TV. So wanted to speak about their proposal. Now, I told you that she is his sweetheart from their very young age. But this proposal didn't go down so well because being the shy guy you are, reserved with one or two words, he gets talking to people only when he's comfortable with someone. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes. How did the proposal happen? Now, there's a big age gap here as well. Not a big, but an age gap. And you were still in school, right?
When I was proposed?
Yeah.
No.
No? You were out of school?
Yes, very
But you used
much.
to call him Ayya at that time.
No.
But when you used to go to his house and all? Not knowing that you all are going to be married at one time?
No.
You told me this story.
No, that was like way before we started dating.
Yeah, because at that time you used to just look at him
When
like,
I was like 8, 9?
yeah.
Yeah.
But he was already but you used to not know that that's going to be your future.
That's true.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So you all used to go jogging together.
Yeah, that is before. Actually, that time we were like
Friends.
Just friends. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you all have known each other since childhood, right?
Childhood,
Because
that's
neighbors. So how did the proposal happen? What sort of made you do it? Because she asked you a question like, we will be in the US for something, or you all will go to Europe.
Oh yeah.
That
you
story,
mean-
that story is what I'm trying to get to.
Okay, the France story when we were jogging.
There.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
No, actually, it was based on mutual understanding, which later led to marriage.
What's the
or
France
something.
story? He told you.
No, this was before we were in a relationship.
That's what.
Okay, so both
This-
of us
yes.
were jogging, and while we were jogging, Roshan was asking me, "I'm going to take you to France." So I was asking him, France. I mean, do you want me to come in your suitcase? Because I mean, we were not dating or we were not going to get married.
And you were just
and we were not, yeah.
young
and also,
at that time, yeah.
And also, we were just neighbors, right? My mother wouldn't let me go with like my neighbor to France. And
Where are you going? Oh, I'm going to France with Roshan, my neighbor.
so yeah, so it was a little bit confusing for me as to what he was referring to. But I'm sure he had something in mind, and yeah.
No,
so,
actually, I was like under the impression that we were going out for some certain time, you know, like maybe
In your mind.
yeah, so basically we had like a time frame of about 6 months between he thinking that
no,
we were
actually
dating
it was less than
and
that. It was
what,
much less than
October,
that.
March.
Somewhere.
Yeah, 6
So
months.
there was an understanding in your mind that she is yours, but you never knew that.
Exactly,
Yeah. You were
yeah.
like, oh, we are friends.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But what is very sweet is the fact that after they got married, they did this whole tour. They went to France. On the day we are meeting again for this shoot, it's an year.
Exactly 1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One day. Yeah, it's actually Roshan who pointed it out. So it's quite nice. But you always thought that you want her as your life partner.
Yeah, actually, the day I thought that, you know, this is, I mean, she's my first girlfriend in the film. So
Only.
so
First
We're
girlfriend,
stopping
first
the press,
and
by
only.
the way.
so from the time I saw her, I thought, like, okay, she's going to be my life partner. So that's how I actually.
You never thought it into such deep lengths, no? You liked her, you're like, okay, now I'm settled in my mind.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but I actually thought that she knew, you know, I mean, obviously, I mean,
Come
your
on,
body
no man
language,
is going to spend so much of time
yeah.
with you for no reason.
So, so I think for about 3 months we were, I was under the impression that, you know, we were like, you know, dating, but that's how that thing came suddenly, you know.
Yeah.
And later on, you know, her
It was
friends,
out of conversation that
her
it-
friends had to figure it
Figure it out for her.
for her, you know,
Which are the
okay,
two bunch.
this
Yeah.
guy likes you, and
That's why he's doing all this.
Ah, right, okay.
So that's when it all come into
No friendship
play.
comes with such perks, my girl.
That's true.
So, in this relationship now, I think the whole country will agree. On the day, I think 2 days after the wedding, or 3 days after that, I met them at a show. Do you remember?
That's right,
at a
Miss Sri
hotel.
Lanka,
Yeah, at a hotel. And I asked Roshan something, and he's like, Kushlani, what's happening on that day? You know. Up to date, it's that thing that's following. I think y'all are a fabulous combination. I think that's what you need. How is it to handle him?
I think it goes back to the first intro where you framed him as a child.
Yeah.
So
But
I
his
think
mom
it's
has
evolved.
also really, because mom had 2 boys and spoiled them.
Yeah. So, but I think ever since we got married, it's evolved a little bit into a nurturing adult. So, yeah, it's quite easy to handle him, I would say. But yeah.
And in terms of professions, y'all are both from 2 different types. You're into more of a corporate world, of course, where you have to meet the HR, have discussions, have a board meeting, you know, on the lines of a corporate ladder. And yours is every day, different crew, different place, different outfits. It's very far off. How do you sort of find that balance to, like, you know, speak about each other's problems?
in the beginning it was very tough actually, more than me. I mean, it was very tough for her. I think you can remember like I mean, last year I was telling you like just after the wedding.
You had to fly off.
Yeah, we had to fly off, and we had so many interviews, TV interviews. Then we did our first commercial. We had we did like so many.
Because now y'all are seen as a brand together.
Yeah.
Than an individual brand.
So it was like very soon for her. I mean, I think she was. It was very too fast. You know, like everything happened like very, and she couldn't handle it. But now I think she's handling it very well. Compared to last year, I mean, she's used to that kind of stress, that fast going life,
yeah.
And she handles her work, and then now she has to handle this with me. So
and your schedule.
So I think more than me, I think she has taken up a lot. I mean, whereas I don't have any, I don't get involved in her work like in a profession. So, but she has to because.
Do you feel that you'll give up on your profession to just make this your full-time line?
No, Danu, not at all, because I think I worked hard for it. I've studied a lot, and I want to make use of it, and I see that as my future.
Because this is all very timed. This career is very timed, unfortunately.
Yeah, and also I just did only a few commercials with Roshan. That's also because it supports the whole family and it gives the family concept to it. So that was the main reason why I kind of agreed to do it. But on a long-term basis, I think my career would be definitely only what I'm doing right now, which is into finance.
Okay. When you'll come up with like having a good time, who has to be the one who thinks of it, saying, can we go on a date today? Can we go out somewhere? Who is the one who comes up with all of that? Who is the more romantic one out of the two?
It's, I mean,
It's a mutual thing?
I think at times, I mean, it differs. Like sometimes when I'm stressed and when I have a lot of work, I think it's mostly him. But like once in a way when I'm bored and I have nothing to do and then I think of, okay, let's do something interesting, then it's me. So
but I think she plans it very well and she adds spice into it.
You are that. Okay, you put me in some clothes, I'll just come out kind of a guy, because I really think you have now given your mind also to her, because I met them at a film launch and she's like, oh, I put this together for him because I'm wearing green and blue, so I made him wear the same.
So what do you think about so what do you think about this?
Yeah, I figured. I knew you will come all coordinated. We'll come back and speak about the profession that Roshan is in can be influenced by a lot of people. We'll speak more, of course, when we do come back after the break on Buzz with Danu.
Lassana Moments with Lassana Flora. Call us on 200 1122.
May your day blossom with love. Happiness delivered with the most trusted online store in Sri Lanka, lasanaflora.com.
Welcome back to the show. So, Roshan's career has the power to influence a lot of people. And you're the only one who is a known star, who is big on the big and small screen and any screen possible, who has not got pulled into the political banter. How do you keep it going?
It's I think it's how you manage yourself, like what you want to get involved and what not. Especially and I think it helps if a person has the set of principles. I mean, you can handle anything, anything
Anything
that's thrown at you,
yeah.
you will know to balance it very well. So, like politics, I'm not telling it's wrong, but maybe it's not my kind of work or my kind of field.
Because now politics has come to a point where you need someone who is known there to endorse the political brand or the party, and they use known faces for it to come be seen at meetings. But you are actually one of the very few who never got caught into that battle, even for a small time.
Yeah, I have been invited from both the parties and from
All parties,
all
yeah.
parties. Yeah, but I just tell them maybe I'm not interested in politics and it's not my kind of thing. Yeah, so and I'm yeah.
And would you ever force yourself into it if it comes to that?
No, I
She's
don't
like,
think. No, yeah, definitely no, because it's a little mess in our country, getting involved in politics and
And I think as an artist, you should be neutral.
Yeah.
That's what he believes in.
yeah,
Because you have the power to influence, and
yeah,
you
because
should not use it for the
because
wrong.
That's right.
yeah, because like if you are into a certain party, then anyway your fans get divided.
Yeah.
Into and then I believe an artist is a role model who
He's
will
an
talk
ambassador to
who will
life,
talk
yeah.
to who will talk about life, who will talk about who will give a good who will teach you some certain set of principles to the world or to the country, or who will so if you are involved in a party, if you are involved in then your fan, the base, it gets divided, and I think that doesn't that's not nice.
Yeah,
it doesn't
true. Very
belong.
important, because I think that's something that we always
Yeah.
forget. In an entertainment industry, we have the power to sort of say something and just make it a trend.
Yeah.
And that trend should be for the best in any form. It could be for health, it could be for a non-smoking campaign, could be
Yeah.
for things like that, but not be things that is going to benefit an individual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's much easier, if you're not involved in politics.
Yeah. You can
so
be in
where
the
you can do your
business for a long time.
yeah, exactly.
Now, back in the days when you got into the main screen, there weren't many who looked like you, who had a good physique, who comes from a groomed background where he knew how to put an outfit together, or even be seen in something more trendy than something that, that looks like a real Sinhala film moment. It was more day-to-day living. We would like to dress like that, to be seen like that, with hair like that. But now competition is really tight, because anyone who is coming in looks that part, because you have been the one who set the trend. Now everyone followed, because back in the days we used to have curvy people, not so curvy people. We have them all.
I think I'm the first model to get
Yes.
into the industry. Yes.
And also the one who was able to be aspired to as good looking, or like could go under many brands and endorse it. But today the competition is very tight. How do you think that you can stand out, and do you think your place could be tarnished?
No, Danu. I think everyone has his own talent, and everyone should. That's what. If you try to be someone else, and if you don't try to be yourself, then I think that would be, and there will be a big problem, and there will be a big, I mean that's how you will lose your place in the industry, because if you have to try to set your trend and to be yourself and to build something different. Even in acting, the way you dress, And I think that happens, Danu, according to me, because people who doesn't have confidence of themselves, who doesn't believe in themselves, who will try to be someone else. I'm not saying that you should not get inspired by inspire
Other
someone.
people
Yeah,
or other
you should
talent.
do that, but you have to be yourself. Roshan Ranawana is just one person.
Yeah.
That's it. So you have to try to be if you try to do that, I think you will have you can survive in the industry
For a longer time.
for a longer time. Yeah.
Have you ever advised him on things that he should and should not do? Do you look into the scripts that he's going to sign up with?
Yeah, we do a lot of talking when it comes to like new movies, when it comes to brands, what he
Yeah.
should take in and what he
Because-
shouldn't take in.
He's not going to be young for a long time.
That's
because
right.
That has to be the second step in his career now.
That's right. So we decide together, even when it comes to my work or even when it comes to his work alike. So yeah, we do things together. We discuss, we come into agreement as to what he should be doing. I mean, there are advantages and disadvantages of doing anything. So we kind
Do
of
the
talk
pro,
about
con,
it
yeah.
and weigh the balance and try to choose the right one.
Okay. If this whole star element was not there in Roshan, and you were just two ordinary people doing ordinary jobs, of course, for you, it would have, it's the normal mandate life, but because there is some color given on one side, but you are caught in it. How do you think your life will be? What would you like to be?
Oh, that's a good question.
Have you ever put yourself into a position where you are not a film star?
Because actually, when I was really small, I had this whole scientist, want to be a scientist,
okay.
but that thing changed, suddenly it changed, suddenly I was not interested in that field, and suddenly, actually, as soon as I finished school, I got into modeling. So maybe that thing, because then I got involved in another profession. So then I didn't have time to think about what I want to be.
Yeah.
It's just I was just doing a job, and apart from that, I was just modeling. So
It was your mum who actually
yeah,
sort
my-
of put you into this. as well.
That's right. My mom was like, she was right. I mean, she knew what I was keen on.
Yeah.
Whereas my dad, actually, he wanted me to pursue like my studies and everything. But my mom knew what I was best in, what my talents
Mums
were.
know best. Yeah.
That's right. So, that's how. But from that time, I didn't have anything that I didn't have. I mean, I don't know. It's very difficult to give an answer for that.
But that's very true. I think it's very hard to find what you would have done because
Because
this has just
because
been
I
the
love what I'm doing right
Yeah.
now,
And
and
it has
I think
just-
I do the. I mean, I'm best in that.
Yeah.
What I'm doing right now. So
better to keep it going.
yeah. So I can't think of anything. Maybe not a profession, but maybe like some business.
Yeah, I think that's why everyone's final destination is. But before we wrap things up, this is something that has to be told. Roshan is in a very catty, wicked industry and world. But unanimously, there isn't even one person who will say anything that Roshan said. No way. He will not speak about someone, especially not in a bad way, never. And if there is something that he has heard, he'll just smile and nod and just move on. I'm not lying. First-hand experience, you can never get anything out of that mouth. Excellent principles to live by. And number two, people may think that he's very uppish with the fact that of the career and the brand that he comes up with. Very simple, way too down to earth, and quite approachable. And I think if you do meet him, you'll agree with me. He's just a boy next door, and that's what makes him a bigger person. He doesn't think too much about what he has in life. And that's one of the reasons why you continue getting. I don't think he's that, oh, I'm this, so please. No, he's actually very simple, which makes, this is my first-hand experience, and it's the truth. And I think a lot of people will vouch for that same sentiment that I feel. And I think you are his best foil, and together you all shine so well. Social media gets cluttered with their selfies, but it's really cute. Whatever they do, they always make sure there's a picture together. The look sort of complements each other. It's a very cute relationship, and I think this has to just go stronger and better always. And thank you for being on the show.
Thank you, Danu.
Love you guys, and as always, we have a lot of things before you go, because we have a few gifts to give you on Buzz with Danu. You get a voucher from our principal sponsor, Lasana Flora. You get a voucher from XXL. You also get a voucher from takas.lk for you to buy what you like. Then we also have scrumptious cakes, Danulicious.
Your
That's my
favorite.
favorite.
Yes. Danulicious cakes will be coming your way. That's you're helping a child with cancer every time you buy one. And finally, we have Sparsalon giving you a gift box as well. I got everything right. So thank you so much for being on the show. But before we go, we have to take a selfie, and that's the normal trend. But I have to locate my phone. Give me 2 minutes.